Speaking of that someone else,
Still time. There's still time, Dave.
speaking of that someone else, let's talk about the Boston Red Sox. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the show. Dave, you start.
Nah. I want to hear Javon first. He said he got his third in the division. I want to hear from him first.
All right,
Yeah,
let's hear
man.
it.
I mean, so from my point of view, I think that we've gotten better in pretty much every facet of the game from last season to now. Um, I think you'd have to really pay close attention to the additions that we made, even though they're very small additions. Um, there's also diamonds that were already on our team that were in the rough last season. Speaking of Trevor Story, who has an extremely high ceiling, who's going to be coming onto a fully healthy season this year and starting shortstop when we had a Kike Hernandez playing shortstop last year. That started us off in a horrible, horrible role to start the season. So I think Trevor Story being there is a huge
Isn't
addition.
Kike with the Dodgers now?
Yeah.
Yes, utility player. Um, that says a lot already. And yeah, we also have a lot of young talent that's emerging. I think Jaron Duran is a great player to look out for this season. Cedane Rafaela should be a great player to watch out for this season, who got his feet wet last season. I love Willier Abreu. I think Vaughn Grissom's going to be a huge addition. Tristan Cassis did a great job last season. I think he's going to be emerging this year as well. And then I think we did a great job on the small additions to the pitching staff that we've made so far with Lucas Giolito, who is more dependable than Chris Sale has been in the past. So, I mean, we traded 40, 50 innings for a guy that can go potentially 200 innings, which really excites me. I think Andrew Bailey being the pitching coach is going to get these guys to the next level that they need to be at from a starting pitching standpoint. Um, and I like having Chris Martin in the relief, and I like having Kenley Jansen in the relief. If we end up trading those guys, I think we're going to get a good return back, because that's what Craig Breslow has been doing so far. From what I've seen, it seems like he's doing a good job getting back solid pieces for trading people away. And I've just been refreshing my Twitter all day, every day, waiting for this Montgomery signing. And when that happens, I'm just gonna let the haters hate, and I'm just gonna be smiling my way to third place in the AL East and potentially a World Series if we get in there. Just watch out for the Red Sox. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now, do you feel like it's been a full throttle off season?
No.
Definitely not. So I'd have to agree with you there. I think when we made that statement, they thought we actually had a legitimate chance at Yamamoto, and spending $300 million on a pitcher, which they did offer him, is a lot of money. Which if we landed that deal, that would have been crazy. But I mean, the only excitement that I've gotten so far this season, from my off-season standpoint, was the trade of Chris Sale for Vaughn Grissom, and that literally wasn't that exciting. So I'm waiting for something more. I think we deserve, as a fan base, Jordan Montgomery in Red Sox colorway for sure.
Dave, before you go, I'm gonna propose another question. How do you feel about Devers' statement saying
I agree with him, man. I agree with him. He has every right to be upset. He's a young player. We just spent a bunch of money on him, and not only that, he's here for the long haul. He's here for 11 years. He's going to be here for his entire prime. And if we don't make noise, we're kind of wasting his prime. Well, he's just ready to be in the playoffs. And, he's here because he wants to be in the playoffs. And that's what he was doing when he was young. So,
yeah,
I mean, he has every right to voice his opinion for more players, and I appreciate him doing that, because we need to go out there and get more guys. Even Dustin Pedroia gave management a call, telling them to sign people. Like, let's go. So we'll see.
Dave, how you feeling?
I think I voiced my opinion on this matter multiple times, and I feel no different than that I felt then. This has been one of the most frustrating off seasons I've ever been a part of as a Red Sox fan. You get rid of the guy who was saving money only to hire someone who's also saving money. But we're committed to winning. Last time I checked, teams that are committed to winning don't save money in baseball.
Yeah.
Now, if we talk about the New England Patriots, okay, that's one thing. That's what they did. They saved money to win Super Bowl titles. I got it. This ain't football. This ain't basketball. This is baseball. Baseball has no salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend as much as you got, pretty much. You can offer them as much as you want. Now, this is my thing about the Yamamoto. It looks good that we were able to offer him the 300 million. Why not offer him more? Why not offer him 330 million? Why not 325? Do whatever you can to get a pitcher. Don't offer him the same offer someone else is getting him. You know that you're not in position to be able to get and to attract anybody right now because your team has been terrible the last 2 seasons. So do whatever you can to attract him there. Give him more money. He not used to America for real. I mean, even though we can see that he speaks English and everything, which is good. But I mean, he's not required to come here and speak our language. He's here to play baseball. He's here to do his thing. And this is America. You're allowed to speak any language you want. So you're not. It's not a force, and you shouldn't be forced to be able to do that. But offer him more money than anyone else. Give him an offer that he can't refuse. And that's one thing that upsets me about the Red Sox is because we're not in position to give people cheap offers and expect them to be like, okay, yeah, I'll sign with the Red Sox. No, it's all about what have you done for me lately?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we won a World Series in 2018, but that was 6 years ago. People don't care about something that happened 6 years ago. They want to know what happened recently. What are you doing now to allow this team to be competitive in the next few years for this year, next year, the year after that? Like, they don't want to wait to compete. They don't want you to just save all this money just so you can figure out who to sign this and there. Because then what if those players don't want to come because you didn't sign anyone this time? That's how I think. Because if you're not going to sign the one now, how do you know somebody's going to want to sign later? You're more likely going to have to draft someone who's really good, who plays out of their minds. And you got to put yourself in position for that. And that means you got to be at least like a top 5 pick. Are the Red Sox really going to be in position for that right now? So that means that we're going to tank. And that doesn't sound like a Red Sox thing. So I'm not happy with any of that. And I totally agree with what Rafael Devers said. Because who else does he sound like? Who else has only had one playoff appearance in his entire career right now, and he got swept? Mike Trout. Mike Trout is with the Angels, and they have only been to the playoffs one time in his entire career, and he got swept. He hasn't seen a playoff since. Shohei Ohtani hasn't
been to playoffs plenty of times.
Shohei Ohtani hasn't been to the playoffs at all, and now he's with the Dodgers. He's going to have He's going to have opportunity to win a championship.
Yeah.
So these are the things that I don't like, because now I'm really comparing us to the Angels. Honestly, we are the AL West version of the Angels because we're not doing anything to improve our team. Like I said, we signed somebody that ain't gonna be available to start the season. So what was the point? Like I said, it's a good signing because he's a good relief pitcher, but he's injured. Why not? You have other players that are out there. You got Matt Chapman. You got was it Trevor Bauer? No one's giving him an offer right now. Give him an opportunity to come back to baseball.
He said he was signed for league minimum too.
That's the one person who I know who is still good enough to play baseball right now who would sign that. Yep. Sign him. He was proven to not be guilty, so sign him. He didn't do anything wrong. You got Blake Snell that's out there. You see that the Yankees are offering him money. Offer him more. That's your competition in your division. Offer him more money. If he wants shorter years, okay, short years, more money. Give him what he wants. At this point, you're not in position to lowball anybody. You're just not in a position to do that because the Red Sox just have not been winning. They have not been focused on winning, and it's just not happening. So you got to put yourself in a player's mind. Like, what are they doing to help further my career and to show me that they care about winning? And they're not showing that. They're showing that they're all about analytics and they want to save money. That ain't getting nobody nowhere. It's not happening. And that's not a Red Sox thing. That's not an AL East thing. No one in the AL East really focuses on that because if you look at everyone else in the AL East, the Orioles, they don't do that. The Yankees don't do it. The Blue Jays don't do it. The Rays don't do it. Why are we the only ones that think that it's going to give us an advantage from someone when it hasn't given anyone an advantage in baseball yet? So I don't like the direction we're going in. I do like that we have someone back in the fold that's at least in the Boston area that's going to help out with the team. But he has other things to focus on right now. It's not just the Red Sox. He's a part of ownership. He's not the management. He's a part of ownership now. So he's not fully into the Red Sox, but he's a part of the group. So we have something like that that's going to help us out. But I haven't seen anything to say that we should be even fourth in AL East. So I haven't seen any improvements anywhere. Not offensively, not defensively. I didn't see any coaching moves that made me feel like, okay, great, we got somebody that's going to help us out. But what pieces do you have? What pieces do you have around this coaching staff that's supposed to be good and improve to show that the coaching staff works? You don't have these pieces. Dude, so it's to me,
Andrew Bailey.
It's not good enough.
Andrew Bailey himself got Logan Webb to where he's at, and Carlos Rodon that deal with the Yankees.
Yeah.
So that's
he doing here?
Addition to the coaching staff. What was that?
But what is he going to do here? Who does he have here who he's going to be able to put in that position? You tell me that.
Giolito, that's the reason why they brought him back. They think that Andrew Bailey is going to be able to bring him back, resurrect him back from what he was. I think also, although they are saying they don't want to go above the cap, I think they're capping about not going above the cap because they're trying to play Scott Boras, man. They don't want to get anything out in the media saying that they're going to be big spenders because they're trying to get Scott Boras down on his prices. And that's the reason why there's so many free agents still out right now. Because clearly, you know what I mean? His asking price is way too high. And we're not trying to overspend and especially pay somebody into their 40s.
I mean, who are you talking about? Snell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're coming off a Cy Young season, 2-time Cy Young award.
Yeah.
We were talking in the chat.
Even Montgomery though too.
Offer him $200 million. They already offered him 6 years, 168, and now because it's the Red Sox, you think they're just gonna dwindle him down? And then the other guy that the Red Sox have to sign that's been in town for like 6 months, 5 months already, Montgomery, coming off a World Series championship.
But Scott Boras is not budging on his numbers.
No, he's not. He's not. That's
and he shouldn't.
I don't think
he would have already signed with the Yankees. Snell would have signed with the Yankees by now if he buzzed on the numbers. I mean, and then after all that Cody Bellinger signs with the Cubs with that number, it was like ridiculous. I'm like,
that was what 3 years, $80 million
for 3 years. Yeah. I was like, what kind of? He's been holding out all offseason for that number.
Last year
was $80 million. What you mean?
Last year was a prove-it year for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you would think he'd get a longer.
He didn't have anybody off.
He didn't have he didn't have an awesome great year. Yeah. He had a good year, but it wasn't like outstanding. So he got what he played.
You also can't forget Bellinger had 2 seasons before that where he just was not himself at all.
He was awful.
Right? That he came out, won Rookie of the Year, won the World Series, and then the next 2 years it was just bad.
So this is more of a redeem it deal for him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all this is. But Blake Snell, if you're saying that the Yankees need to offer him $200 million, then why wouldn't we offer him $200 million? That just don't make sense. The Yankees are in a better position to lowball someone than we are. Did you see who they just got? They just went and got Juan Soto. That's one of the best players in Major League Baseball. You think they don't have a lot of moxie to be able to lowball somebody more than
they also have to like the pitcher a lot. So they might not like a makeup of Blake Snell. As crazy as that sounds, they might not like that he has a high walk rate, right? That's something that they talk about a lot is what they're looking for in the pitchers. So I know that they like Jordan Montgomery, but he's also 31 years old. So this dude's looking for a 7-year deal. So you're going to be paying that guy until he's 38 years old. And
how old is Giolito?
Let's see.
Like 29, 30, ain't
he? Yeah. He's coming off a year with a 7 ERA.
Let's see. Yeah, but we got a good deal on him. He's 29.
He's 2 years younger.
ERA.
Wow.
A 7 ERA.
Let's see his contract. Let's see.
You know how bad you have to be to do that?
Yeah, 7 is terrible.
A 2-year contract. A 2-year contract. A 2-year contract. I'd much rather a 2-year contract for $38.5 million.
How much?
Now he's only going to be
38.5.
Yeah, $38.5 million.
So he's getting 16.
No, he's getting 19 and some change after a 7
19.25
ERA year.
He's making $19.25 a year.
We'll gladly pay a 19 AAV, but we're not going to pay a guy
for 7
8 years long worth. You get what I'm saying? And you pay a guy for that long amount of time, he stays on the books, dude. And then once it's time for him to go out of town,
you're paying someone basically $20 million a year for a 7 ERA. Come on, man. You don't truly believe that that's a good deal. You can't believe that's a good deal, Javon.
Andrew Bailey thinks he can resurrect this dude to being back to what he was, a Cy Young candidate type of pitcher. That's the reason why they did it. They like his stuff. They think that, whatever they believe in or whatever the analytics, they think that this guy is going to get back to what he can be.
You know what, Javon? I'm going to actually be on your side on this one. I'm going to be on your side. You know what? Because I've been down on the Red Sox all season. Let me give some positivity. If Andrew Bailey does that, I will buy you a Red Sox shirt.
Okay. So what's the
if he does
parameters?
That, I will buy a Red Sox shirt.
What, just has a solid season?
Yep. He just got to have a solid season. He can't be a 7 or 6. Right?
You got to be like yourself and giving him a Red Sox shirt at this point, not having a 7 or 6.
It's got to be under a 3.5 ERA.
Yes. Got to be under 3.
At least 10
under a 3? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's Cy Young talk right there.
I'm about to say under 3 is crazy. I was going to say maybe under 4.
From under 6 to under 3.
Yeah. under a 3.5.
Under 3.5. Right. I think that's reasonable. And I think that, I'm hoping that he can do what he can do, man. I'm hoping. And I'm hoping we can land Jordan Montgomery. I really do. And I think Scott Boras is getting heated, dude, because he even came out and had some talks about teams. You could see he's sending shots at the Red Sox from the comments he made. I put it in the chat. The other day. He's basically saying, big name teams aren't. I'm reading Joe's comment. Red Sox fan better than a Red Sox fan. Yeah, that's how we do, Joe. That's how we do. I'm hoping, man. And just Scott Boras coming out and saying that, I think he's getting he's going a little stir crazy, and he wants to get these guys signed. So you got to come to it.
I want to get my guys signed too, especially if
he
doesn't want
to do a short-term contract. He's not willing to do the short-term contract. I think that's where they're at with Scott Boras. Scott Boras wants 5+ year deal. And
so you telling me you wouldn't give Blake Snell or Jordan Montgomery a 5+ year deal?
Yeah, I was about to say 5 years.
No, 1,000%. I'll give Blake Snell 5 easily. Montgomery gets a little iffy for me.
You wouldn't do that for Jordan Montgomery?
I would be happy with a 3-year deal with him. 5 would be the absolute max.
See. Hold on.
Hey, Javon, I'm kind of
anything above 5, I'm not doing. And he wants a 7. He said he's looking for an Aaron Nola deal, and Aaron Nola got 7 years, 172. That's way too long for him. I'm not comfortable spending that amount of money on him. Look at what we just did with Chris Sale. We're still paying for Chris Sale after he helped us win the World Series, but dude, we just got him off the books, and that's the reason we couldn't keep Mookie Betts because we spent money that we didn't have. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
We traded Mookie away. We could
Yeah,
have
he's saying
found.
that
we
was
didn't
the
have the
reason,
money
though.
to
We
extend
could
him.
have
We
found.
didn't have the money to offer him.
We could have found a way to be able to keep. We could have traded someone else and kept Mookie. I don't want.
He was saying that y'all ain't got the money, y'all ain't had the money, and it was inevitable y'all was gonna lose him. So you might as well lose him for something rather than lose him for nothing.
That's exactly what we traded him for
But
because we didn't have the money to extend him.
and then the people that they got with them aren't even on the team anymore. So
That's
it,
my.
That's crazy.
it makes it even
That's
worse.
my thing.
That's
That's
crazy.
my thing.
One of them plays for the Yankees now. Actually, two of them.
Jimmy Downs and Verdugo, right?
Jimmy Downs and Verdugo. Still rocking the chains, baby. All right. That's enough of the Red Sox talk here. Carl, you have anything to say about these guys?
I mean, nothing really more than what Dave really been saying. You went 78-84 last in your division, and you do nothing in the offseason for real. Matter of fact, you lose Verdugo, who 13 home runs, 50-something RBIs, not great, but he had a solid hitting average of 264. So, yeah, I see why Dave's pissed.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of with
shock a lot
Devon
of
with
people,
the pitcher
man.
thing, though. I kind of feel him, though, on how y'all not offering at least Blake at least 5. Like, 5. If Blake wants 5, do that. What are you doing?
Now, Blake wants 7.
Now, I don't know how you feel about offering 7, but I would still do it.
Just
Yeah.
a long time.
I would.
Injuries
do that.
happen, dude. Injuries happen.
But with
That
that
happens
mindset, you
to
offer
anybody.
nobody
You
a
can say
long-term
that about
deal.
anybody, Javon. Come on,
Bro,
man.
you signed Devers to a fat contract. And what did he
He's
do?
worth it. He's worth it.
And Blake
At
At
said
one side
that.
of the ball. At one
His-
side of the ball. He
due
can't
to
play
his-
defense. You
Due to
paid
his
him
age,
DH.
yeah,
He's not-
I'm okay with him being paid that much for DHing alone. Just pay him to DH. Just pay him to DH and get Matt Chapman. That would make my life
This
complete.
is why we disagree so much, Javon. This is exactly why we disagree so much.
I don't know, dude. That's
We
tough.
our philosophies are just not the same. It's just not.
If injuries are concerned,
I'm a pitcher.
long-term
I'm a pitcher
contract,
myself. So I'm very analytical myself. The way I think about things, I kind of try to project what is going to be better for the team.
So that's
So
why
I
the Red
look at
Sox.
each individual position. The one thing that I think we do need to add is catching, dude, because I think Connor Wong is not a big league
We
catcher.
need pitching too.
Dude, I think
What's
our
the
pitching
point
is
of
not
getting a
that
catch
bad.
if we don't have any pitching?
I really don't think our pitching is that bad this season, dude. I'm
You're gonna be
telling you.
What?
And what's the point of having a shortstop who hit .077 against a curveball?
You talking about Trevor Story?
Yeah.
Dude, he's been hurt since we've signed him.
Dude, don't give
Hey,
me that.
He has not had a regular-
I'm
Don't
not
give me
a
that.
Trevor Story, bro.
This is-
I don't like the slander
If he
here.
has a bad season this season, I'll say Teddy, you're right. But this is the first
just-
year. He's
Hey,
had a
listen,
good spring training.
he's just another Rocky that leaves Colorado and slumps. The only guy who
About
didn't do that,
Arenado too.
the guy who didn't do that was DJ LeMahieu because he came to the Yankees and won the batting title the next year.
All right, we'll see, dude. I see a lot of glimpses of
Arenado had
him
that-
doing
Arenado had that.
nasty stuff at shortstop.
I don't know, dude. I'm not that high on him defensively. I'm not that.
Oh, Trevor Story?
Yeah, I'm not that high on
That's
him.
what made me
Yeah.
like Trevor.
I'm not that high on him.
His defense is nasty, dude.
That's
I'm
what
just-
I'm with Javon on this.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop myself.
I'm definitely going to defend Javon on this one. He's definitely a good defender. You, Teddy, you tripping right now. You tripping right now.
I'm not that high on him.
Mm.
I'm not
You
that
just
high.
yeah, that's just the Yankee blood in you. That's all that is.
No, it's not. It's not. It's really not. A guy that didn't he get like Tommy John last year?
Yeah. And he came back to shortstop at the second half of the season, and that's the only thing he could do is just make incredible plays at shortstop.
I wouldn't say incredible, but
Bro, he was making like top 10 sports center plays in the hole. You're just like, how the hell did he make that play? He was making plays where we're like, wow, this is what we were missing all season with Kike Hernandez at shortstop.
any basic play is this is what we were making. is what we're missing. You forget you guys led the league in errors last year.
Yeah, dude. Errors are contagious. You know that, Teddy. Errors are contagious.
They are. But enough of this Red Sox talk because
Yeah, we gotta regroup with this later on.
as hey,